if you're a traditional Catholic, depending on which missal you look in, you will see January 1st as one of three feast days. If you're looking at a Novus Ordo missal, you'll see that January the 1st is the feast day of Mary, Mother of God. If you're looking at a 1962 missal from the Fraternity of St. Peter or Angelus Press, you'll see that it is the octave of Christmas. No mention of Mary, Mother of God. And if you're using a pre-1955 missal, like the ones that I recommend that you use, here's a 1945. This is the St. Andrews. Here's your classic Father Lassance. If you look in those missals on January 1st, you're going to see that the feast day is the Feast of the Circumcision. Now, we know that Moses taught that every single Israelite boy must be circumcised on the 8th day. So January 1st is the 8th day. If Jesus, and I argue he was, born on December 25th, that means he was circumcised historically on the 8th day. So John the 23rd changes it from circumcision in 1960 to octave of nativity. But then, with the Novus Ordo, it gets changed to Mary, the Mother of God. Now, this is understandable because it's the octave of Christmas. Who's the mother of Jesus Christ? Mary. She's the mother of God. She's not the mother of only his humanity. She's the mother of his entire person. And he is a divine person, so she's the mother of God. That's the Council of Ephesus, Theotokos. Now, does it make a difference? Are the prayers and the lessons the same for the 62 and this? Yes. But it does show already some progress, some transformation, some changing. And then you might say, well, what do you think about calling the feast day Mary, Mother of God? I mean, isn't that good? Yeah, it's great. It's a Marian day. The collect for the day is clearly Marian. I'm okay with it. But when I hear someone say, hey, Happy Mary, Mother of God on January 1st, I know that's Novus Ordo. When I hear someone say circumcision, trad. Now in America, January 1st is a holy day of obligation. We are obliged on pain of sin, if there hasn't been a dispensation, to attend the holy sacrifice, the Mass, on the 1st of January. And yet there is massive confusion on what the feast day is. Is it Mary, Mother of God, Novus Ordo? Is it octave of Christmas, Fraternity of St. Peter, Angelus Press, SSPX? Or is it the Feast of the Circumcision, pre-Bugnini, pre-John the 23rd? I think circumcision is the most biblical, and it certainly has antiquity with it. It has the biblical pattern of 8 days after the birth of Christ. So I say, happy feast of the circumcision of Christ. It's kind of a feast that makes us squirm. Circumcision, what's that all about? But it definitely highlights two things. A, Christ is male. He's not Christa, he's Christus. The priesthood is male. So I like circumcision for that. And then B, the church fathers mystically see that this is the first time Christ sheds his blood. And they see it as a down payment towards the crucifixion of Christ, where he sheds all of his blood. So he enters this life tender, small, hidden, and even on the 8th day, he's called to shed his blood to fulfill the law of Moses. And when he sheds his blood on the cross, he fulfills the law of Moses to its completion so that we don't have to do it anymore. I don't have to be circumcised. My sons, my grandsons, my great-grandsons, they don't have to be circumcised because Christ was circumcised for us. He fulfilled the ceremonial law, not the moral law. I still can't kill people, still can't commit adultery, still can't steal. The moral law is binding, but the ceremonial law is fulfilled and taken away by Christ. And this day of the circumcision of Christ reminds us of this beautiful reality. Old school,